Look at that, ladies and gentlemen. This is the National Meat Treasure, and it's your host, Lil B. But really,
wait, are we recording?
Yeah, we're recording because we're about to get you son of a bitch. You son of a bitch.
Where am I at?
Do not rob people of the full fucking
I'm trying
process.
to
Look at that. Look at him being modest.
I was trying to center myself.
Yeah, well, center your crotch in the camera because
we're recording. And welcome to the National Meat Treasure with your host, the Infinite Tsukiyomi. That's not even a person. That's a Naruto jutsu.
Yeah, it's fire. So, you know what? I feel like I am the giant of the Leaf Village, Choji, because my man really came in and because I'm revisiting that arc, and I just love the fact that he was like a giant dude, and then his dad came out of nowhere, and they had like a nice moment. Because like I don't think Naruto has a nice moments, but that's who I am. That was long-winded.
I'm Joey. I've never watched an episode of Naruto in my life.
This is Saint Thrillah with no childhood.
Okay. No, bro. Look, wait. Our age group, Naruto was not our childhood. Our childhood was Dragon Ball Z, bro.
Well, first of all,
2005.
The manga was out. I was watching reading the manga in Shonen Jump. Wait, let me get old school for a second. I was buying Shonen Jumps from Blockbuster.
Whoa!
Wow.
Okay. That's
my fault.
throwback.
That was your childhood.
Yeah,
you're an OG with Naruto. I'm so sorry.
I think I was kicked out of the house before Naruto was animated, and I was 18 when I was kicked out.
Yeah.
That's right. When was Naruto animated?
2005.
2005? That was the year I graduated high school. I got kicked out. So yes, that was.
So I want to put something actually relevant to Naruto, and here we go, because Joni made me a fire cookie.
Oh,
that is a bowl of ramen, and I hope I can show the fish cake.
I can't see your video. I don't know, your video. Some of y'all video just goes out at random, and then like it always shows up in the full recording. But like for me, I can't see sometimes.
That's fucking weird.
I know it's fire because it's Joni shit. My mom.
Yeah, I can see the fish cakes.
Yo, so she made this whole
That's
thing out of cookies, and I'm really stoned. I'm gonna start eating this. So, for those of you who aren't subscribed to the YouTube, here's your signal. It's time.
Your opportunity is not only go over to the YouTube, but also buy some cakes off of Sweet J's Cake Company if they're serving the tri-state area.
We definitely are. And the best thing about what we do is for the holidays we have all kinds of packs, DIY kits. We have Christmas cookie packs. We also do Elf on the Shelf cookies, if that's your fucking thing. Because a lot of kids love that. I think it's weird. Our elf actually looks like a normal, like a toy elf, not that weird one with the painted face. It's just weird. Like he's all over the place, causing a ruckus. I don't want that.
Causing a ruckus.
Dude, I was gonna say, like, because you were like Elf on the Shelf, if that's your thing, and I'm like, if that's your thing, you're a murderer. You're a serial killer.
You are.
You collect children's toenails. Like something that's gross going on there. If Elf on the Shelf is your thing.
Yeah, you know what? It's a lot of people celebrate it, but it's cute. We make the cookies. We can ship it out. We can. We do have some last minute spots. So if you want to hit us up, Sweet J's Cakes Go. You can Google that. We do come across all socials, Facebook, Instagram. We're not on Twitter because, like, why do you need a cake Twitter? That's just weird. But maybe we'll make a TikTok. I don't know. Let us know.
That's a good idea.
Speaking of Christmas, I'm so good at segues. So there was something we wanted to talk about earlier today, but I gotta get to a little slower because we wanted to bring up something that your bitch ass cousin talked. So earlier episodes, I was talking about how I tried to bag Cardona's terrible, terrible cousin. And I wanted to bag her out of the kindness of my heart because I'm out of her league. But she's such a sour bitch that I feel like I needed to throw some dick in there. I needed to do my good deed for the year and pipe her down. And I just couldn't do it because I couldn't handle how much of a bitch she was. I think she's even a bitch when she's flirting. And, our boy was telling me, that I dodged a bullet because she is now an anti-vaxxer and is apparently posting things about the gay agenda and population control via the vaccine. But, like, before we get into that topic, I need to know something, Cardona, as someone who's known this cousin your entire life.
Sure.
What the fuck does somebody this bitchy do on Christmas, now that we're talking about the holidays?
Pop over at my house because I have not a lot of misery. I don't focus on it like that. Like, there's people that absolutely, like, yes, is my life shitty? Definitely. But when you just...
This part right here. Go ahead, bro.
Yo,
go off.
When
go
all you do
off.
is just focus on that misery, and all you do is talk about that misery, and all you do is be miserable, people literally will be repelled from you. Like, people, it'll be like a great coat of Rain-X on your windows. So we're going to be sponsored because that's another big sponsor that's coming in. No, Modelo, because it's always Modelo time. No, but for real, it's just people who are miserable, and it's hard to be around them, and it's hard to talk to them, and it's hard to continue with them, even when you're like trying to extend kindness. Like, it's just like, even if like we're family, and like she damn well knows like more than half her family got vaccinated, and she put like, like disparaging comments about it. Like, I think we all have enough adulthood where we don't have to like, do that on our personal, like, just chill out, man. Like, okay, I get it, but nobody asked you either. Like, why would you talk about those two, the gay agenda and COVID being a form of population control? Now, I believe people will buy anything as long as you sell it well enough. Well, what the fuck, bro? Like, who thinks that, like, who is that, like, just evil? Like, that's a black heart. Like, that's a dead heart. Like, that's something that has just kind of, like, if you see people who just find love in somebody else, and it happens to be like someone in the same gender, how can they be devalued or stripped away of all their humanity to the point where you say that it's a form of us just figuring out that we need to control our population? That also brings us into the second topic we talked about. Look at that segue, guys.
Well, we didn't even get into the first, so we can't segue out of the first to the second.
We can go back and forth. It's
gay agenda. The gay agenda and population control are apparently the same thing. So first, I want to say to your cousin, if she's listening, because by the way, guys, she followed the National Meat Treasure Instagram and then very quickly unfollowed it, like within 2 seconds.
That means she did it by accident because she was creeping.
And it was like, you got caught. Boop. It's all right.
You got caught.
But it was so. I think she probably like heard you had a podcast and didn't know I was on it, and then like followed it, and then probably like saw my face and was like, "Oh, it's that fucking cocky guy." Which, by the way, bitch, I'm way cockier now because I'm way hotter. Last time I saw her. But, listen. There needs to be a gay agenda. And it's funny because you brought that up, because I actually posted on TikTok maybe a few weeks ago at the beginning of football season. I really hope that there is a council of fruitcakes, just like the Justice League, around trying to spread the gay agenda, because fruitcake, don't
this
make that
nigga
face,
said
fruitcakes.
Is it?
Is not a slur.
Is it?
I'm not the expert, bro. I don't know.
I'm not the expert. I feel like you can't negatively call anything a fruitcake. I just feel like that's too...
What about a fruit cup?
That's too soft.
Can you does that sound negative?
That's like, imagine your brother Frank, like he's banging on your door at 3 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
He's crying. He's got tears running down his face. And he goes, "Yo, the niggas gave me a raspberry." Didn't take that seriously. Even if raspberry meant like they shot him, you couldn't you couldn't take that seriously.
Fruit cup.
But now for real, like, I want there to be a gay agenda, because The straights, you straight niggas are fucking boring, bro. I remember I said this. I posted on TikTok.
You fake
he's officially, he's officially saying he's not one of us.
He's not one of us. Have you?
This nigga gay, Your Honor.
Throwed it. Yes. Yo, have you? Listen,
I mean, I might as well be. I've been saying for years. I've been saying before it was cool that I would fuck trans girls.
Hold on.
And niggas would.
Hold on.
Niggas look at me crazy. Like,
are you the Donnie Brasco? Are you the Donnie Brasco of gays?
I did not see that movie.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean,
Fugazi.
I know it's a real person.
You're
Fugazi. Familiar.
You Fugazi. You're Donnie Brasco.
Yeah, I told you I'm diet bisexual. I wish I was pan. I'd be unstoppable. I would be unstoppable. But no, I'm honestly just a regular straight nigga that would probably let twinks suck me off. I just don't meet a lot of twinks who want to suck me off.
Listen, if you're out there, now is your time.
What is a twink?
What do you mean, what is a twink?
I'm not actually familiar with the term. Is that like a feminine
more of an
male?
effeminate, smaller gay male.
Copy. Hairless.
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 Yeah. It's more of an androgynous kind of human being, I guess.
Yo, can we get this nigga some dick, bro?
Yo, for real. We need a review, right? Like, if he comes back on the pod and he says, yo, it wasn't bad. We're like, is that the gay agenda? Is that how we further the gay agenda? Like, somebody says, it wasn't that bad. And then all of a sudden, everyone just tries it. Are you the Dr. Umar of gays? Or bisexuals?
You know what? If anybody I know could get sucked off by a man and a woman at the same time, I know it's me. So that's my goal this year. To get sucked off by a man and a woman at once. I probably know a couple of women who are down. Or at least say they're down in theory. Who knows? But we'll get there, boys. I will become the gay agenda. I'll go deep into the other
Black
side
Bull.
and figure out what's happening over there. And I'll let you guys in. All right, I'll let you guys.
Listen,
I'll open the door for you guys.
We just want to peek. I'll just peek. I'll be like, oh, that's what they're doing over there. Good for them.
I'll read the review.
Man. You know, it was to get more serious. There was I forget there was a non-binary person that I was listening to on a podcast, and they were saying that like the gender binary really stifles. Like somebody was like, there was a podcast, and basically the podcast was like these two straight guys who talk about emotions, and they had this non-binary, I don't even know the terms, just whatever, a colorful individual on there. And this guy was really, I actually sent you guys the podcast a while ago because this guy was like, or this non-binary was very eloquently worded. Like I remember. They spoke beautifully.
Yeah.
And somewhere in there, one of the straight guys goes, you know, as a black man, I fight for many causes, but like, why can't I align myself with the trans non-binary cause? And this person, Alok, A-L-O-K, I don't remember the last name, but they go on to say that like, you don't align with the cause because you don't think it's your fight, but it is your fight because the gender binary basically makes it so that you only have one story. You can only be one way your entire life. And it stifles a lot of men's creativity. It stifles a lot of men's ability to love. And, you know, there's a lot in that podcast.
Yeah.
I think the podcast was called Man Your Thought or Man Up or something like that.
Okay.
We'll link it in the description. But
we'll find it.
It was just it was just really good. And, you know, I just feel like I heard that, and then I looked at the men around me and the men that were talking to me, and like I said, it was football season. Like 5 dudes tried to talk to me about football, bro. Football is not that fucking interesting. All right,
it's not.
Like,
we need to stop pretending. We need to stop pretending as
sports,
a society.
Period. And I'm not even trying to like knock sports or just
I like
typical
soccer.
Manly quote unquote things. It's like you can live a reality where like you do those things and you picked those things, not because you were told to, not because it's something you shared with your father or whatever, just because you picked that lifestyle. Like that's the thing about me that I love about me is that everything about me is curated in a way where like, I'm not doing shit to
that you don't want to do.
Yeah. This is just me. Like I look the way I look. Actually, somebody offered to pay for a face tattoo for me today. I'm not sure if they were serious, But I
were you gonna have to come on their face or something like that? Like, was that the trade off? I think so.
Well, I'll inform you later. But I don't know.
The gay agenda has been further.
But yeah, and I realized today too that like I'm 35 and like I'm 34.
You're
but I'll
34.
Be 35 and like I really have very little time to express myself in the ways I want to. So face tattoo coming this year, but
that's what's up.
Modest face tattoo, like right here.
Speaking of face tattoos, do you want to know something?
What?
My wife wants me to get a head tattoo.
Get the fuck out of here.
And she's like, yeah, you don't know what that would do to me. And I was like, listen, I still need to go to work. Like, I still need to show up places.
These two conversations tie in together because, you know, as a straight man, you should not, and I'm just talking to all the straight men who listen to this, don't put yourself in a box. You can still be straight and wear dresses and do whatever you want and wear pretty colors and express yourself.
Yep.
And Cardona, don't put yourself in a box, all right? And tattoo that head, my friend. First of all, you wouldn't even go, you literally just said you haven't been out of the house. On the last podcast, you said you haven't been out of the house in 3 weeks.
But
so
I did
go to work.
Listen, okay. I have to be honest. Like, I'm gonna end up going somewhere where it requires not a head tattoo. And
no, where have you ever been in your life where they were like, you exclusively cannot enter this place with a head tattoo?
I have been denied jobs for having a hand tattoo, like of a fucking goose. Like literally.
Okay, but let's go over it. And this was my rationale for the face tattoo as well. You have a hand tattoo and you make 6 figures and live in a beautiful home and provide for an entire family. So maybe the hand tattoo getting denied for those jobs kind of was the right direction. So maybe a head tattoo could be higher in the 6 figures. You never know.
It might force me to do certain things that I'd be outside of my comfort zone. So yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, like sell drugs.
Like I remember a few years ago. I remember a few years ago when I got my neck tattooed, I was hooking up with this ginger chick, and she was just kind of like a super normie. Like, I mean, the sex was good, but like, really, we had like absolutely nothing in common. Like, she was from like Central Jersey, which like,
oh god,
I've lived in the tri-state my entire life. No one ever even talks about Central Jersey. Like, it's a misnomer. Like,
sorry,
nobody
guys.
even knows it's there.
If you're listening and you are from the mid New Jersey or Central Jersey, whatever, the middle of that asshole state, I apologize, but it's just
I don't hate Jersey, but like there's just nothing in the middle. Like she's just she was very Central Jersey, like just there was no real personality traits about her. Like
God,
she just a blank slate. And I remember I made a joke because I think it was the year before I got my neck tattooed. And I made a joke. I was like, "You're only with me for my neck tattoos," and she was like, "I'm with you in spite of your neck tattoos." Dick was bomb, boys. But but no, I'm just thinking like if I would have, I feel like the more tattooed and the more that I like lean into myself, the better of the people that are around me and the better of the spaces that I am in.
That's a
so
fact.
Like, man, I mean, I don't know if you don't, maybe you just don't want to be around heavily tattooed people, but I mean, you kind of have been your entire life and are.
I don't have a problem with anybody doing what they want to their body in any kind of sense, because as you know, like as you just mentioned, like I've been a part of the heavily modded community. I had my ears stretched to 1.5 inches. A lot of my friends are piercers. A lot of my friends do tattoo, and a lot of them have head tattoos. And my wife has a head tattoo. She's more heavily tattooed than me. It's just like there's a certain line of work. Like even me, like I regret
you were in digital sales,
but I regret
how was that line of work?
I literally am a salesperson that has don't trust anyone across your arm. So there's a certain irony to everything I do, but like I just can't like. I already found it hard enough like to get somewhere that was like not giving a shit about the way I looked as much, you know. But head tattoos might be the one thing that just like tips the balance and be like,
dude, just start with the neck then, dude. Start with the neck. Start slow.
I don't know. And tattoos are such
yourself,
a thing.
Or maybe
man.
You know what? Little shoulder thing, so you can hide it, and then peeks out of your little collar.
My boss has like a full like body tattoo because he was in the Marines, and I guess that was the only thing he really wanted to do. So it stops at a certain point, which is like right at his wrist. But like it's I'm also like, again, it's just like this kind of weird. Listen, next year, October, if we still have this conversation, I'll get a head tattoo.
All right, we're calling it here, folks. Next Halloween, this man is tattooing his head. Halloween 2022, and I'm tattooing my face at some point.
Are making
what
money.
Are you getting, Joey? You tattooing your forehead?
Yeah. 303.
Nah, I'm definitely down to tattoo my face though. I want to get something a little tasteful, like small right by my eye. I'm thinking,
Oh my god.
But I definitely need neck tattoos. If I had the money to do the things I wanted to do,
bro. It's bread.
I'd be dead. I'd probably be dead. I'd be dead.
I mean, you could just ruin your credit, and that's what I did. Well, no, I didn't. So here's my thing. I met a kid, in PA, and he was like covered head to toe in like 2000. When did I move to PA? In 09, and he was covered head to toe, and he wasn't like that much older than me. He might be like 25. Bright, and it wasn't like shitty tattoos. It was like bright, beautiful, vibrant tattoos from literally his neck all the way to his feet. And I asked him like, what he did for the money. I think he like managed Azumi's or something. But he said that he had gotten his identity stolen and they fucked his credit up. So his rationale for tattooing his entire body was like, all right, well, they fucked my credit up, so I'm just gonna like make a major purchase, seeing as how my credit's already fucked up anyway, and then just like slowly pay it off, and that'll chip away at my credit score. So basically, he was like, all right, fuck this guy fucked my credit card anyway, so I'm gonna max out my credit cards, get my whole body tattooed, and then slowly pay it off. And I did the same thing. Like I fucked my credit up before I had too many tattoos, and then when I fucked it up on my own because I just was stupid, I was like, you know what? Let's go get some tats and just slowly chip away and have that good credit history build because I'm paying off these tattoos and my car. So now I'm in the 700s. So yay me, and I'm yadded.
Listen,
I do not need tattoos to fuck up my credit score. I've gone bankrupt before. Like, nigga,
what kind of lifestyle are you leading? Chapter 11, young moth over here. What the fuck? Boy. When have you gone bankrupt?
No, we actually had this conversation before. I actually just came. So I forget when I'm like, I think it's been 2 or 3 years discharged. But yeah, I did claim bankruptcy a couple of years ago because I was just like in over my head for a bunch of different reasons, and like a lot of things had just gotten fucked up, and I was like at a point, me and my wife were kind of both in this situation because. Me, I had just fucked up. My wife had gotten screwed over by family because, that's what family does. And so we were like, yo, we're young enough where we can recover from this, and really start getting our shit together. So we did it. And now I am back to fucking up my credit score again. So, just not really as much.
Listen,
yeah,
it happens. That's the beauty of this is that you can always course correct. You can always get yourself back on top. It isn't something that's set in stone. As long as you have the diligence and you do what you got to do, you'll make it out of it. Don't see it ever as kind of a ceiling of who you are, but know that like this wonderful nation does run on those kind of things. So you got to make it right, because I know dudes that make 10 to 20,000 a month, and they have no credit history because all of it is cash. So it is about making sure you set that credit history up. You do the kind of things Justin actually highlighted, because even if you've got all the cash, unless you're literally going to pay in cash, you're not going to be approved for a lot of things, like even for an apartment.
See, well, let's back up for a second. If you got
that much cash a month, then you should. It's not hard for you to get a credit history, man. Go buy some shit.
A lot of people like
put
to
it on the card and pay the card
right under. So, like, that's what they're trying to figure.
I do respect that. I do. Yeah.
Listen, look at any pizza restaurant owner. They like to deal mostly in cash. It is a business that mostly is cash. A lot of it can be hidden. A lot of it can be taken care of, and you can figure out what to do. Because, listen, not everybody should be paying as much as they do in taxes sometimes. I think there is something to say, like, for businesses that are small, that are getting like pummeled, and you
Mhm.
got like megacorps who pay 1%, 0%, sometimes nothing. So
Well, you need to put me on with these niggas who is making $20K a
Same.
month, because I'm
Same.
certainly not, and I have a good credit score. We can launder this money together, bro. We can
You
get some,
feel me?
like
there's a lot of dudes out
we can
there.
open a laundromat. We can open a laundromat.
Yeah.
I'll use it'll be in my
I
name,
wanna-
your capital, and then we just get doing the schemes.
But
Because
see,
like,
that's
if I'm
the
making
brilliance.
20 grand a month, I'm gonna give it $1. If I'm making 20 grand a month, fuck this podcast.
No. Listen. You are absolutely right. Like, there's a lot of you know how it is over here in Pennsylvania, Justin. Like there's a lot of people who make like a good amount of money, but live in certain ways just to make it seem like they aren't. Like, just enough. Like, did you just get a ghost in your apartment, Justin? Because you might have to move out.
Oh no, this is probably just the neighbors. I'm literally in between two apartments, so
Okay.
I'm sure they hear everything
That
I do.
sounded like a poltergeist, if you ask me. But anyway, like, you do get like a lot of barbershop guys. Like, most of their business is fucking, even if they got cash, they got to report some of the Venmo stuff or like maybe some other like payment services. So what? Like, they're like, whatever they're making in cash, they're paying for all of the processing services. So like, It is one of those things, bro. Like, people know how to make their bread.
Shit.
Well, they need to put my broke ass on so I can get these riches and these face tats, bro.
Listen,
Even if somebody else is willing to pay for them.
It might work. You know what? Part of it is, follow me for free advice. No, it's about forming an LLC. Forming some of those liabilities. That way, you can enter a partnership without having to be completely responsible if someone sues. They'll be suing the company rather than you guys. So that is really an important thing. That if you're entering a partnership, always kind of look into the LLC, because it does have the most risk adverse structure. Because general partnerships that are 50-50, they're pretty risky, because if one person falls out, it could be dissolved, it could be in dire straits, or anyone's debt that's coming into that is going to be assumed with the company. So an LLC right now, for most people, is pretty protected. Again, follow me for free advice.
And this is the National Business Treasure Podcast.
Well, I smoke a lot of cannabis.
The National CPA Podcast.
Yeah, listen, CPA, that's a good segue right there. Actually, we got a confirmed guest that's going to be coming in a couple weeks. We were talking about the first week of November. A good friend of mine, Nick, aka CPA, aka Nick Stapp. That's the wrestling name. We'll be jumping on the pod, talking about a few things, but also he was on AEW. For those of you who don't know, that's All Elite Wrestling. They're currently on TNT and be moving over to TBS. Was chopped by a legend on TV. And if you don't know what a chop is, it's when somebody drops their hand across your chest. And this was done by a legend by the name of Paul White, a.k.a. Big Show. If you grew up at any point during the 90s to the 2000s, got chopped by him. And it was one of the most wonderful things, because if you don't know who CPA is, he literally dresses up as an accountant. And the man rips his shirt, and it's just hysterical. When we'll definitely bring it back on the pod when it comes. But he's going to be on the pod, talk about a few things that he's been doing. He's a busy guy, but it's going to be a fucking fun episode.
That's cool.
Yeah.
And shout out to anyone else who is of just trying to get your business out there. If you're on the internet and you're going to plug this podcast and you have a thing to plug, please come on here.
Absolutely.
Especially sex workers, because we talk about jerking off on this podcast a lot. So I feel like we need to get a sex worker on here. Yeah. But I had a segue, and so he got chopped by the Big Show. Have you seen, and I may be the only person who has seen, I feel like if any two people on the planet have seen this, it's definitely you and I, Christian. Have you seen the Big Show's Netflix sitcom?
Yes, I have. How did you know? Am I not predictable? Holy shit! Yes, I did. Yes. It was terrible and good at the same time. I enjoyed like 5 episodes and just fell off. But what did you feel about it?
So Fun fact about me, most people don't know. I'm super pro. Well, you do know these facts. I'm super pro-black. I hate the white man. All for white genocide. However,
white.
nothing soothes me like shitty white sitcoms.
Friends,
so Baby Daddy, New Girl,
Roseanne.
It just
in the 90s.
Roseanne makes me a little itchy because it reminds me of poverty. But I did used to want to fuck Daphne. Wait, which one was the ugly one? I wanted to fuck the ugly one, the dark haired one.
Dorothy. Is that her name?
I literally have not. Actually, no. I should watch Roseanne. Is that on something? I have not actually sat and watched Roseanne since like it was.
I don't know. She lost her mind. She lost her mind.
Oh, Roseanne did. Absolutely.
Yeah.
She is a raging.
I mean, I don't think she lost her mind. I think she was.
She's a QAnon or.
Well, she's an old white person. Like I expect, like everyone was like shocked when she like said those things or those racist things on Twitter, and I was like, yeah, she's an old white person.
Yeah,
like,
she made Michelle Obama an ape. Like, bro, I don't know if that's just a weird thing.
That shit is crazy. Like, you got to get jumped for that.
Although it was funny, I actually did watch her interview on Joe Rogan like immediately after, which like fuck Joe Rogan. Like, why would you give? Yeah, she like Joe Rogan like gave her the platform to like speak her piece or whatever. Which like at that moment I was kind of just like I think that was like the first thing where because like I got on the podcasts in general pretty late. I didn't know podcasts were like free or even a thing till like 2017, 2018. And then immediately everyone was like, "Oh, you got to check out Joe Rogan's podcast." So I was kind of on the Rogan train at first just because he had like a lot of really interesting guests. Then he had Roseanne on, and I was like, that's kind of out of pocket, bro. Like, why would... First of all, Roseanne's got, like, a syndicated television show. I'm sure she's not hurting for money after this. Like,
no.
She's not canceled. But I guess... And I don't know. He didn't really imply that they had been friends before this. Like, it was like... It didn't feel like that was, like, a close... Like, could you even see Joe Rogan, like, hanging out with Roseanne? Like, this fitness Muay Thai guy suddenly...
With some, like,
palling up with some geriatric bitch.
No. And that's the thing, is like... oh, sorry, go ahead.
He, like, gave her, like, a platform to, like, speak, and I think the thing she said about Michelle Obama was that apparently... Don't quote me, but I think her shit was that she didn't even know Michelle Obama was black or something. She was just making like a blatant statement about politicians. And I'm just sitting there thinking like, Joe, you're really bugging for having this bitch on. But and I think I did also watch the Ben Shapiro episode with Joe Rogan. Actually, there was a time where I did follow a lot of Ben Shapiro's content just to see what the right was talking about.
Okay.
Because he is like their guy. So I would follow like a lot of shitty right-wing politicians just to like see what was going on in their world. And man, you know what?
I do the same still.
I'm going to go back to my nigger echo chamber and I'm just staying on my side of the world. Because I just...
Seriously,
nothing... Bro. Like the cadence that white people talk at puts me to sleep. So
it's so bad.
It just makes me itchy. So I'm just going to
literally made me just itchy. Like it literally just made my skin crawl.
Oh yeah.
Like it's
so I'm
going
to hope your CPA friend is. We're not going to touch on politics with the wrestling guy. We're just gonna. You know why it is? I think I like these white sitcoms because it allows me to pretend white people are good and funny.
They can be. They really can be. But really, Ben Shapiro is he's why antihistamines were created. Because literally everything that man says and does
is a human mosquito bite.
Literally just gets under your skin. Like even when he's like, even if there's some points that kind of make sense and you go like, okay, like he just says the next following word to make you go like, this guy is just abhorrent. Like you just can't even tolerate it anymore because like I'm never the type of person that needs to like curse the darkness, and so to speak. Like I try to not focus on those kind of things because it's like, what the fuck? Like, what am I going to waste my breath on somebody that's never going to change their mind? Because I've had too much of an experience with this, and I think everyone on the podcast has had that where you have interactions with people regardless of where they're born. Like you get into these patterns of speaking with people and. They're not really productive and they're not gonna and I'm not the person who's going to say avoid the confrontation, because it's going to come up, and I'm a very confrontational person. But it's also where I just like, I have to like save a piece of myself. And I think that's something everyone has kind of dealt with, especially now, circling back to that kind of anti-vax, COVID slash, just kind of this entire, just this sentiment that is becoming really kind of overly toxic, and I'm not going to overuse that word, but like I'll share a little bit of current events with you guys. Pike County, one of the schools called Delaware Valley, it's one of the top schools in the country, happens to be embroiled in controversy right now because there was a mask mandate that was sent out in response to numbers kind of jumping up. But in this response, there was a mandate that regardless of exemption, unless you're getting a doctor's note, you will not be able to not wear a mask. Now, like literally a set of parents got together like within hours, sued the school, and they now they suspended the mandate. So what like regardless of like what's going on, there are going to be.
I want to fight. Continue.
You're right though, because regardless of what you're talking about, like if you're talking about choice for people in the realm of vaccines, whether you sit on whatever side, it's fine. I really can't tell you 100% that I know all the science and all the facts, even though I feel very confident in my decision personally. I'm not going to tell you what's right for you, but like you literally have a mask mandate that is like, it's the least intrusive thing really at the end of the fucking day. Like we're not the only fucking country that has this kind of like norm. It doesn't control us. There is no fucking microchip in these things. There isn't like the arguments that I always hear are tied to kind of nonsensical bullshit. Like, listen, I watch pro wrestling.
The problem is,
and I like Lucha Libre. I literally look at guys with masks on their face all over, and I see emotion. You're going to tell me because your kid has a mask that's right here that all of a sudden he's going to be delayed in societal norms? Shut the fuck up. Like, just shut the fuck up. Like, let it go. Sorry, Justin. I had to get off on that one.
The problem is, as I said in the last episode, 80%, I believe, and that's probably a conservative number, of people who have children should not have children. And also, I feel like way too many people in this population suffer from, particularly on the right, suffer from main character syndrome.
Niggas think they matter, bro. Niggas don't matter. We will get you the fuck up out of here and toss you in the Hudson, bro, and nobody will give a shit.
Nobody. They are the Naruto Uzumaki of their story. Like literally nothing else matters.
They think they're John Wick out here, bro. They're really not. They're like they're John Wick's dog. They're John Wick's dog, except nobody would kill for them.
Nobody.
Yeah, no.
They're like a henchman.
You know, when I was little, I remember coughing and my mother saying, "Cover your mouth." That's all I gotta say.
That's it.
That's it.
Like
that's fucking it.
My 4-year-old understands cough into his arm. Why? And my son literally is 4, has no problem making friends, no problems being active or even some would say animated. Will always wear a mask and remember it and not have an issue with it, and can wear it as long as he wants to. He goes to preschool. And you're going to tell me your teenager, because this was just the high school at this point, your teenager can't wear it because it makes their feelings hurt? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't. Like I said, it's the main character syndrome, bro. And I you know what it is? I kind of wonder, like, why that is. Like, I feel like Democrats, or at least the left, right? We think more in a communal sense. Like, we think about other people, and then like we'll think about the government, and that the government is harming the collective. The government is a unified thing, not just hurting me, but hurting
Correct.
large groups
All
of
of
people.
us.
Whereas the
Yes.
right always thinks about like the government is specifically after them or their family or
It's this pseudo marginalization of themselves. Like they feel like they're already marginalized people.
I like
because
that. I like that pseudo
Pseudo
marginalization.
marginalization.
I'm
That's
high as
you can tell
fire. That's a
what
bar.
cannabis just did for me. Listen, no, that's the reality. They see this the marginalization of oppressed people that are within their own bubbles, not even their communities, because like their communities are so protected, right? When you go to like, you know, because they meet a Javier at work or they know a black person at work, you know, all of a sudden they think that because now they're in that bubble, they can now relate, which is untrue. But you go ahead and equate guns right to just human rights, and that's when I check out. Like I can't personally I can never equate the two, and I can never participate in a conversation that's going to, because like as much as I think that there's freedoms that are inalienable for all of us, I also need to make sure that we all, regardless of creed, race, religion, gender, non-gender, like whatever your construct that you subscribe to, that you should be protected, that you should be safe, that you should be able to access the right humane care that you deserve, regardless of it. And I can't understand. I've tried, because like, and this is something where I'm going to get a little personal, but like, you know,
Oh, you have to try because you live where you live.
Yeah.
you have
Like-
to, you have to try and see these people. Trust me, I was there in PA for 12 years. I tried everything.
it's not
and
just
I'm
PA.
done.
It's not just PA. Like, I'll be
it's
real.
all the white people. That's why
it's
I'm
all
the way I am.
around. It's all around, and it's everywhere. And there's subtle ways, and I think we're all aware of it, how it can be subtle, but there's also very blatant ways. And, you know, there's a lot of things that I've seen and had to interact because of, you know, a family and who you might be connected to, especially when you marry into somebody's family. And it's disappointing to not be able to carry out a conversation that's fruitful. So I'll go back to that, where I don't think a lot of times I'm definitely not getting anything out of it. Like, if
Right.
anything, I feel like, I'll talk about my personal life. Like I feel responsible for certain things because I'm so outspoken, and I think, you know me, Justin, Thriller, you've seen me. Like, I don't pipe down. Like, I can't. I like, especially when it feels wrong, like very wrong to me. Like we were in Newburgh and getting I think it was right after you left, we were all at the hotel, we were smoking weed, whatever. It's a fucking junky ass hotel in Newburgh, New York. We just came from a strip club. We were like just drinking some beers, smoking some weed, and my goodness, fuck you, Newburgh PD, literally showed up to our door pounding. It's this like, there's no other way to say it, but it like, you get those people of color, brown, black, or whatever, that sometimes like jump into the system and they go fucking head first. That's all they think about, and how to just kind of like be a part of the boys by like being a piece of
Uncle
shit.
Salmon.
Yeah, just infringing on other people's freedoms in the most like flagrant ways. Like, not just because, you know, because you're smoking some weed, but because you saw that it was like black and brown guys in a hotel with one woman. Sure, it looks suspicious, but like, there's no, it's none of your fucking business. It's literally none of your business. They said that they were there to respond to a fight. We were literally passing blunts back and forth. Not one person.
Opposite of fighting.
We were laughing, just cracking up, drinking beer, like what fucking somebody would do at a stag party, right? You literally have movies that are literally like, you have multi-million-dollar budgets that are about this, but somehow because you replace the cast of characters, now we're a danger. We're fighting. Yo, I am not joking. There was 10 officers outside the door. 10 officers.
Yeah, it's fucking Newburgh. There's only 10 in the whole town.
No, Newburgh is not. It is much bigger. It's much bigger. It's a very rowdy city. They have a very high murder capital rate. It is a good amount of people there.
It couldn't have been that rowdy if they had 10 cops at the ready for a bachelor party.
That's what I'm saying. It was such a it was so much bullshit. I literally got into, and this is like something I was talking with my wife today, because I saw, again, that kind of evergreen bullshit, but, another video of someone being harassed as a person of color, and this man was, you assume that he was black, that's what you can see. He's literally picking up his own trash, and, he gets offended that these police officers have their hands on their weapon, and one has his weapon drawn on him. And, I've been in situations where, you have officers putting their hands on their weapon as they're speaking to you, and there's nothing more threatening. I promise you, nothing more threatening than someone with their hand on their weapon, because they're telling you that you better be careful, because I'm gonna fuck up your fucking entire
You gotta
world.
start killing cops, dude.
Listen, don't get me on that fucking. Yes, baby.
Did you ever see that? You ever see that movie? I don't know if it's Ants or A Bug's Life. I think it's Ants.
What the fuck?
There's a quote, and it's like
Bug's Life. I know what you're saying.
It's not about the food. It's about control.
Mm-hmm.
These ants outnumber us 100 to 1, and if they figure that out, we're fucked.
Yeah. That was James Woods as Cricket. Just so we're all clear. He was speaking fucking truth. Literally, Disney Pixar was telling us, we are the revolution. Your generation should be doing a major upheaval, because, there has to be so much reform. There has to be like that. You just feel like it needs to be. Did we lose Justin?
We lost Justin.
Justin,
come back.
Oh, Justin, come back. Oh, since we're on our tiny little break right now, waiting for Justin to come back, we're going to make this into a clip somehow, but I'm going to show everybody my very amazing talent that I got to share with Joey earlier. So I'm going to be 30 today. I celebrate 6 years with my wife, which it's been a fucking wild ride. We got 2 kids and all that, but on Sunday, I celebrate 34 years of my fucking life. I am getting older and weirder by the minute, but a talent that I've had for over a decade is sounding like an artist called Aaron Neville. If you've never heard of him, it's because you're under my age significantly, and I don't know how you still listen to me at this point, but I do have an impression that I'd like to share with the audience. If it's terrible, go fuck yourself. If it's amazing, I love you, and I hope you keep listening. Ladies and gentlemen, oh, Justin's coming back in, and I don't know much.
There he is.
But I love you.
Yes.
You and me. Well, it's me. That's my Aaron Neville impression, and that's what I was entertaining the crowd with. While you were gone, Justin. So I want you to know that I am a motherfucking what is it? I am a show businessman. I am part of the biz, bro. Like it's entrenched.
Oh, by the way, before I was ejected from this for whatever reason, technical difficulties. Happy anniversary, my man. To 6 years of marriage.
I was just talking about that. Thank you.
Yes.
6 years married with my wonderful wife, who is a fantastic partner and mother. Shout out to you, Joni. You all these years, it's still tight, baby. Woo! Listen, that's being real. It's love. It's fucking fantastic. I'm really happy to be with somebody like she is, because she's got a fucking fantastic sense of humor. And doesn't disappoint me in the way that she is, because I'm a disappointment, unlike her. But we were talking about I'm gonna be 34 fucking on Sunday, and this is gonna be a wild thing for me to come, because I legitimately didn't think I'd make it. I would thought I was, kind of tying back to our old story. I literally thought that I was going to get like something terrible was going to happen to me. I was just going to die. I was going to die by police hand or just get robbed and murdered, because I did live in Queensbridge for about 6 years. So that could be why. But, I thank you, my man. I appreciate you, doing that shout out. It's a crazy thing, man, being with somebody for a while. I don't know too much of your story, Joey. How long have you been married with your wife?
We actually made 4 years.
Woo!
10 days ago.
Get the fuck out of
4
here.
years.
Yo, October is that time, bro. People love getting married in October. Like it's too much in my opinion. Like you got to share anniversaries, but
nah, fuck the fall, dude. All my breakups have been in the fall. Either I was breaking up with them or they were breaking up with me. But actually, no, wait. Did I got broken up with once. Damn, ruined the good streak. I had 33 good years of not getting broken up with.
Jesus, man.
But
33
I got
and
broken
1
up with once. But every time the fall, dude, it's that's why like I'm feeling like suspiciously good lately. Like,
I know that feeling.
And I'm like, what's gonna happen? And I'm just being real careful. I'm staying in the house. I'm just gonna vibe this vibe.
That's what you gotta do.
That's December for me. December is the year
go
where
outside
I'm fucked up.
only for thrifting,
bro. That is a real feeling, bro. That is a real feeling. And those of you who might have imposter syndrome might feel this all the time. It's feeling like like things are going too well for you. Is a sign of deep paranoia, and I experience it on the daily. So I don't know, man. That's fucked up. I want to explore that, honestly, like how you can be so suspicious of having a good time. Like you enter a relationship.
You want to explore that? No, I mean, I feel like with me and my life and my patterns, it's like the second I'm feeling that's why the bad things are bad.
Yeah.
Right? Because when you're feeling good, you don't expect the bad things to happen. So now I'm in a point in my life where I'm like, okay, I feel real good. Let me batten down the hatches real quick.
Yeah.
Let me just make sure everything's secure here because if anything, if Corona taught me anything, it's that my good things can be snatched away very quickly. Let me just stay on guard. Don't get too loose. Keep it sober. Make sure my iron's sharp. And just focus on myself and build foundation around me because things can crumble. I'm not letting no women in my life right now. We're keeping it solid.
He didn't say sturdy. Men, just so we're clear.
He did not. He did not.
So
I am the gay agenda.
If you are a twink that is interested,
but yeah,
in getting their
let's go back to that, though,
you like sucking some big black dick? I got a guy for you, bro.
Woo!
Whoa. If you like sucking some medium black dick, I'm the guy for you. If you want big black dick, I can point you.
Is cap. And I know
Joey's the wide black cock in here, all right? I'm smooth. Like I said, I'm smooth. I'm streamlined. I'm very, I'm a jet plane, baby. I'm aerodynamic. But huge? No.
Listen.
Hey, I didn't say huge. I said big. And my penis is average for my body proportion and my height, which is super disappointing.
Yeah, man.
And you're 6 feet. So like,
what are you like? 5'7"?
I'm 5'8".
Yeah.
And I fight hard for that 8.
Yeah, bro.
You feel me?
I feel you. I fight
I
for
stand
that
up
5'8".
straight.
You gotta like
you feel me?
Crack your back.
Yeah.
Roll your shoulders back and gotta make sure you're wearing the right Timbs that day. So you can be like,
if you slouch,
I'm
you slouch.
I'm kind of 5'9" on this day. I know. And when the sun's out and you're feeling good, like literally like that'll like improve my height. Like the minute if it's good weather, like all of a sudden I'm chilling. Because
I gain like an inch and a half in the summertime because if it's cold out, I'm just hunched. I'm big huncho.
That's the northeast. That's the northeast in you. And now you're gonna be experiencing Detroit winters. So, woo boy, I do not envy you. Ugh.
I feel like it can't be that bad, honestly, because like cold is cold for me.
I don't know. Different. One of my brothers lived in Chicago, and he told me that shit really affected him. Yeah. Like he was like, bro, that that winter shit is different. It was really fucking me up, like mentally.
Yeah.
My nigga moved to Texas. He said, "Yo,
I gotta
where
do
is
something.
the heat?"
I got to do the same
Like
thing.
I'm going.
Well, I
to
mean,
the
my
South.
original plan was to move to Miami like next year, but I don't think I'm going to do that anymore. Maybe not. Who knows? I'm floating in the ether. But yeah, I don't know. I've experienced like -20 in PA.
I
It's
think
terrible.
Miami's whack, bro. I think Miami's not that
I
lit.
had 38 inches of snow.
Here's the thing for me.
That's
Miami's
wild.
really lit if you're younger and
Yeah.
richer or
Yes.
just rich.
Just rich.
Yeah, if you got
As
money.
a regular person. But I mean, you know what it is? It's like you get this buffet line in Miami where it's like you can't eat shit because all these girls with BBLs, they're baddies and they're fucking people who are 100 years older than you and have legacy money.
I hope that's true.
See, I don't know.
Did you see that?
man.
There was a TikTok I saw where a dude was saying that he basically was telling the story that he ended up being like the plug for like some millionaire in New York, and the millionaire invited him to a party. And at this party, all the girls had to sign an NDA. And at this party, the guys had to drink out of mugs, and the girls had to drink out of champagne glasses. So the plug goes to the rich guy, and he's like, "Yo, like, why can't I drink out of
Champagne.
why can't I
glass.
drink out of the champagne glass?" And he's like, "I mean, you can if you want to drink my piss." So apparently, it was very eyes wide shut in the rich.
Oh, it is.
I
It
need
is.
money.
It is
I need
100% like
money.
that.
I need to be there. I don't want to
You need to.
fully participate. I just want to, maybe.
So you want to drink piss?
No, he wants to be
No.
pissing.
I want to piss in the glass.
Yes, I know.
I want to fill up the bottle.
Oh, yes.
And then
Listen,
right before the girl
to-
drinks it, I say, "Baby, no, don't drink that. You can
to
just
any
have sex
ladies
with me
listening,
instead."
Any ladies listening, I don't have millionaire piss fantasies. I've said this on
Yes, you do.
TikTok. When this blows up, there is going to be somebody listening to this, somebody in the early stages. Your life is getting paid for, and it's going to be real wholesome because I feel like in my most optimal life, because like in this time, right? We
Oh,
think
my
about-
bad.
Get that
Sorry about
goddamn soundboard. But I feel like in these times we live in, right? Most people are they're questioning their monogamy. Are you polyamorous? And even what does your monogamy mean to you? You know, some people are like they're monogamous, but they really like to flirt, this, that. And I think my perfect lifestyle is just like being rich and having several sugar babies who just live in my house. So like if you want to be one of those sugar babies, like, share, subscribe, and share. I cannot dig and share enough because when this shit is like nobody's marrying this nigga, all right? I'm a wild boy. I'm emotionally unstable. I'm super hypersexual. You're not going to lock me down. But when the money comes in, it's going to be you and 8 bitches that are taken care of. So be one of those magic 8 bitches, those lottery winning bitches, all right?
And twinks.
Share, subscribe.
I wasn't gonna say it. I knew you were.
Number 7 is going to be a twink, and his name is going to be Alfredo.
It's gonna be a trans woman.
Yeah, fuck yeah. You know what was always my joke back in the day, which is probably funnier than Dave Chappelle's whole special. So I remember, I used to basically, there was this girl, right, that I knew, and I never hooked up with her, but I sent her picture to the group chat, and I was like, yo, this girl is so fucking bad, it drives me crazy. Just a little, I don't know what she is ethnically, but she's brown. And my boy was like, yo, that's a nigga. And I'm like, this was like 7 years ago. And I'm like, whoa, like I'm thinking he's got beef with her. Like he's mad at this girl. He's like, that's a nigga. I was like, yo, why would you say that about her? Like she's mad nice. She's mad beautiful. And he's like, no, like literally my nigga, like look at her hands. Like that is she used to be. And I'm looking at, and she got the phone like this. Yeah. And I'm like, oh, that's cause she's not tall. Like she's like 5'9". Well, I guess that's tall for a girl, but she got them Shaq fingers.
Shaq fingers.
And and I'm like I said, this is like 7 years ago. I never like really met a trans person that was even like in my age group. Like any trans person I had ever seen was like
older.
I'm 15 and they're 35 on Jackson Heights. And at 3 a.m, Jackson Heights. And I remember thinking I ended up with the group chat, and I came and revisited a couple of years later. And I'm like, so you telling me I can't get this bad bitch pregnant. Vibes. Like, I'm very with that. Like,
he said vibes.
You ain't said nothing but a word. This was at this point my kid was like 3. So like this was like I want to say like the peak of tension between me and my kid's mother. So I was like, yeah, so a baddie that I cannot get pregnant. Like
This is
never got to hook up with her. I don't think we were ever really there. She actually lives really far away. I think she might be famous now. But
damn.
Yeah, so yeah, twinks, trans baddies, cis baddies. Like, share, subscribe, because like capitalism is killing you.
Yes.
I'm not gonna let it kill me though. Cause guess what? You know what it is? I have all this energy in me, and I'm always using it to please a woman. And if I just stop doing that and please myself, like I have not had a day off in like 3 weeks, and I don't feel it at all. Like I'm not tired. Like it doesn't even register to me that I'm like, I've worked, roughly 60 hours every week for the last 3 weeks. So I'm like, if I keep doing this, like I'm gonna be on demon time, buddy, by the end of this year. I'm putting money away. I'm not spending on no Johns. Like,
I'm just.
So yes,
disappointed.
Like, share, subscribe, because also are we actually let's officially announce to the pod. Are we actually doing LA? Because I don't know how much tickets are for me, but if they're only $150 from you guys, I'm closer to LA.
We said no.
We doing that next year.
Yeah. We're gonna find something a little closer.
Oh, you niggas
no. You know what? I got a big expensive holiday coming up.
I
with
am
2 kids.
poor.
First of all, y'all niggas said y'all said tickets were for you like $250 round trip to LA.
And then
cheap.
the fucking ticket, and then the hotel. Like, listen, we're definitely gonna do.
Y'all niggas are getting a hotel. I'm finding bitches. Bro.
We can't do that. I can't do that.
I definitely could find somebody.
Not do that.
I could definitely find somebody to stay with in LA.
I can stay in California.
All right, let me see if I can find us. Who can I find to let us stay?
Listen,
with
if we get
You have a
sponsored?
TikTok follower that will let you do
If we're
it.
sponsored.
You have a TikTok follower.
I have followers that will let me stay, but remember,
yeah.
I don't know any rich people. It's not even like I just want him and not you guys. It's like it's LA. Who got that kind of space?
Who got the space?
You know
Nobody.
I mean? Like y'all might be sleeping on somebody's balcony. If
I don't want to do all that.
Like a balcony of their
I
studio.
don't want to do all that.
Yeah.
Not in LA.
I don't know. I need a trip though.
We do need a trip.
I might just go to LA.
Let's do a trip.
I might just go.
I want to do one together for sure, because I think we need a boys trip, and we need to do it for content. And I want us to really have a good time. So we're definitely gonna look for something down the road, later this year, hopefully. I mean, later next year, to be able to pop into one of those nice podcast conventions, especially in a sunny place. So.
I will say though,
sunny place.
if this Detroit winter does get crazy, I will definitely take a flight somewhere. All right. Because
we can
get a week break, and I'll vlog from an Airbnb in Texas or something.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
I'm done with it.
Have I ever been to Texas?
I've never been
to Texas. Like not any part of Texas.
You went to Arizona.
I've
right?
never been to Texas either.
I went to Arizona. I've been to New Mexico. Never been to Texas.
How's New Mexico? Did you like it?
It is easily the most beautiful place I've ever been.
I've heard that about New Mexico.
God damn it! It's calling my name. I think I want to move to New Mexico, guys. Like that's the one place.
Wow.
I love how you've never been there.
He's like, I think I need to go there forever.
Keep in mind, I'm saying it's the most beautiful place I've ever seen, and I've not seen that many places. And this was 2000.
You lived in Briarwood, okay, bro? So I think you know the world. Like, it's beautiful. You lived in a lot of area codes, and you have a transient nature. So it's I believe when you say that a place looks beautiful, because you're beautiful.
Yeah, I also like, but you know what with me too, like, you can't take my word, because people are like moving out of LA because it's like a homeless tent city now, and I'm like, that's sick, dude.
Yeah.
like I fuck with these post-apocalyptic vibes.
Yeah, remember when Tompkins Square Park was that? Like, you would go down to the Lower East Side, and it was like tents and people sleeping everywhere. I do miss that in New York, bro. I mean, maybe that's just me being a piece of shit, but like, I miss dangerous New York City, like going past like the Hell's Angel Club and then going to like see a show, and then like not knowing that like you were kind of like a little too close to shit like that. And then, or like, you know what's something I miss? And this is maybe another shitty side of me. when you go like to 42nd Street and you get down to like, 10th and 11th and 12th, and it's just a bunch of prostitutes. Like, I miss that in New York City. Like, you just go like, look at that.
See, here's my thing, right? 90s, early 2000s, even the 80s, just in history books. I didn't like live that. Obviously, I was born in 87. But like, I feel like society was collapsing, and it looked like it was collapsing, right? Mm-hmm. But in the 2000s and the later 2000s in social media, you have all these places like trying to. Society is worse. It's collapsed much further, but everyone's trying to make it look like it isn't. So you get like these, mandates to remove homeless people. There's even like architecture that's been built that is specifically like
extremely inhumane.
Yeah, so like you have it where society is way worse off now. Like I could probably have afforded if I had the money I had now in like 99, I'd be pretty fucking sad.
Yeah. Yeah.
But like I don't have it now, but like now everything has to look prim and pretty, but like it's so much worse. So like it's 2020 kind of is ass because like we don't even have like post-apocalyptic like aesthetics, even though we're living.
We're just paying more like, for toilet paper.
The brink of society. I'm giving it till 2042. 2042 is when like shit's gonna start getting really visibly fucked up. Mad Max.
This is a bad sign of an apocalypse. That's not that great at all. Is like all we got out of it was more expensive Lysol wipes. Like the thing that nobody ever wanted, like and more expensive hand sanitizer. Like that's what we got. Like now we pay like 10 times the price for those same things, which is the most ridiculous thing. Like you could, like I feel like this is gonna be a relic of the past. Like you're gonna say like, remember when hand sanitizer was $1 and like you could like pay under $10 for toilet paper. Like toilet paper is like another thing, but everything's gone up, and that's just inflation.
Bro, I swear since the pandemic, I haven't seen like that 99% isopropyl alcohol.
No,
that
it doesn't
exist
exist
anymore.
It doesn't exist.
Like that, you can't get that shit anymore. That shit is crazy.
That's why distilleries are the way they are right now, because they're still providing that service. Like they're still able to produce that kind of alcohol content, and it's because of
that's why all these alcohol hand sanitizers smell like fucking tequila.
Yeah, tequila.
And I keep getting in trouble at work for spraying it in my mouth.
Fuck them. Because we all need to be a little like tripped out, and that's how. No,
shit is bad right now.
No, you know what? You're right. Like I want to. It does smell terrible. Like there's a brewery that I'm next to. Shout out Wallen Paw Pack Brewery. You guys are a dope place. Good food. Oh, dude, it was good food, bro. I have a nice.
Oh no, I just
Pennsylvania.
Wallen Paw Pack is like where my baby moms grew up. I have no issues with my baby moms. It's just like I hate getting sucked back into Pennsylvania.
Well, it's a nice place to eat, and it's a really cool place because my kid could just be a kid, because they got like a big like backyard, and the kids can play whatever. So cool place. But anyway,
damn, I want a fucking bagel right now. I've been wanting a sandwich all day, and I haven't fulfilled that need.
A bagel. Is that what you need?
Yeah, I want like a bagel.
He's just far from home.
A bagel with cream cheese, some lox.
He's far from home.
Listen, some salmon, dude.
Yeah.
You guys are down
capers.
with that?
I actually had one of those the other day. Oh yeah, fuck yeah, bro. I'm big with lox.
You don't fuck with salmon on your bagels,
we talked about this.
Cream cheese,
seafood
lox,
is not too
lettuce, tomato, capers, red onions.
Capers are nice though. I like capers.
I like capers.
Yeah, I'm very under calories today, and there's like nothing but health food in my fridge. So
I got calories.
Is Yemen Cafe still open?
That's the beauty of you.
Calories in the form of a twink coming in my mouth? No.
Nah, just extra stomach fat.
Wait,
I just got stomach fat for you.
What did we
if you can
just
please
do?
take it and burn my stomach fat?
That was a lot.
I said I got extra calories, and he said a twink coming in my mouth. In his mouth. For that, my was his.
Let me lap it all up. I feel like I'm gonna have like a bisexual orgy at some point. I need to attain that power in my life.
Like, so you're gonna be a switch hitter, is what you're saying?
Yes.
You just,
this guy.
You just
listen. Sexuality isn't even real, dude. We're all living in a simulated reality because we're all living in this shame spiral because
that's
some
fine.
Weirdos hundreds of years ago made up a god that doesn't exist.
Nothing
You know what's
is
crazy about that
going in
impression?
my ass at all, and no dicks in my mouth.
Listen, put some stuff in your ass, dude.
No,
Just let your wife peg you, dude.
she's not into it.
No.
If she was, she wouldn't be my wife
Sure.
or alive.
Or alive. You see this? You're gonna murder your wife for getting some stuff in your ass?
Yeah,
Put a finger in my ass. It's not. It doesn't feel great. It feels
Hey,
amazing.
you know what? It's like if you got to give a little to get a little. Right? If you want to put something in my ass, it's got to go both ways. I'm just saying.
I don't like anal sex.
I
Well,
think
I
it's
don't
fun.
dislike it.
Wonderful.
It's more like, first of all, pussy is self lubricating. I don't know how well
Right.
it means, but
Right.
I feel like it's like anal is hot if a girl like you're not expecting it. And
Yes.
she's just like randomly like, yo, shove it in my ass.
Yes.
Like, that's hot.
Yes.
But, like,
yes.
I mean, if I
All
can
agreed.
live without ever having anal sex
Right.
ever again in my life,
Interesting.
unless it's with my trans wife, or I guess I've never actually seen like the switched over vagina. I've never seen
me
the,
either.
the-
I don't know what that's like.
I don't know. And I don't want to look it up because I feel like maybe the science isn't perfect,
Right.
or maybe I've seen a bunch and like
You don't even
It's
know.
so
and,
good.
like, tell the
It's like, you go like, yeah, it's totally, it looks like a Mazda, but it feels like a BMW. Like it just, like that's what you, like you just tell yourself like that kind of lie all the time. Like, yeah, it's totally the same thing. It's totally the same thing, guys.
I feel like if there's any trans listeners, was that non-offensive trans humor? I feel like that one sentence was better than all of the whole Dave
Listen.
Chappelle. Maybe his career, not
Listen.
career, but like the last
Monsters
5
are
years.
fucking fire. Like I don't care what anybody. Like show somebody a Miata and like say if that's not cool.
Yeah. No, Mazdas are fire cars, and they're
Also, like,
expensive.
how long
BMWs
have
are
we been
BMW.
going? I feel like
We're at 71 minutes right
Oh,
now.
we are?
Hour and 11. Yeah.
Oh shit, mine is saying like 59.
Yeah.
yeah, like I said, my shit started over, so it's at 20 minutes.
All right.
Oh,
Well,
man.
you know what?
Uh,
That's a good caller because I think we don't need to go that far. But we can end it on this note that if it's the same thing, and if you say it's the same thing, I'm gonna say it's the same thing. So
Facts.
this has been the National Meat Treasure. You can find us on all socials out there on YouTube. Subscribe, listen. We do drop episodes every Tuesdays and Thursdays. We try to be always prompt around 2 p.m., but sometimes I'm an asshole and I forget. So don't sue me. But you will get 2 episodes a week, and you'll be seeing our friendly mugs. And as we continue to grow and become the guys that we are, we thank you. We really appreciate all the love we've gotten and all the kind of comments. And the tens of listeners out there. I want you to know,
Shout out to y'all.
if you want
Yeah.
something from the grocery store or the gas station, I got you. It's okay.
You're very high. I know what like TikTok you're referencing, but like,
It's the truth, though.
You're very high. And also, we're getting a few hundred downloads a week, man. Don't tens of
Yo,
listeners. man.
yeah, we hit
We're
1K
out here.
downloads. Yo,
Hey.
shout out to all the listeners for 1K downloads, bro. That's wild.
Hold on,
1K
hold
fucking
on.
And that was
downloads.
weeks ago. So we
Yeah,
might. So 2K
like,
is probably
we
around
might-
the corner.
it's 2K around the corner.
It's definitely around the corner. Like,
Yeah,
thank you guys.
folks.
We appreciate that, and a little for everyone there. I appreciate it. You fired off, Jay.
And follow me on TikTok and Instagram at thin.cruel.lips. If you want to be on the show and you want to
Hell
plug
yeah.
something, you got a decent internet following, you're a sex worker, especially if you're a sex worker or if you're a trans person,
Yeah.
come through. Let us
We want-
know. We usually record at like midnight. So also, if you're just like a weird nightlife person,
Yeah.
hit us up. We need some interesting guests, and we want to make some connections with you. Connect with us. Connect you with the world.
Yeah, we need to get on that. That'd be cool. I appreciate that. Are you Thrillah?
And you guys got anything else? Otherwise, we're
You
out
good?
here.
Nah, man, I'm good. Follow us on the National Meat Treasure podcast on YouTube and Instagram and TikTok and on all your podcast platforms.
Yeah. And don't forget Joey's shit.
And this has been the Gay Agenda signing
The
off.
Gay Agenda. Filmed from Castro Street itself. Have you hit? I'm not getting into that. See you guys later. Thank you again. See ya.
Peace.
Later.
There we go. All right.
Beautiful episode. Why are we so good at night? I feel like.
Yes.